It's the DIY weekend. Let's turn this crappy old back deck into something beautiful. Look at that. That transition just looks so nice. Let's do it again. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's go. So when we moved in, we had this old back deck there. It's about a 10 by 10, 8 by 10 in some spots because of the way that the windows came out. But that sucker was like rotten and falling apart, and we were just kind of salvaging it the best that we could. But it was definitely on the agenda to get it replaced. Now, the crazy thing is to get somebody else to come in and do it would cost anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000. Now, I got everything done with all the parts for under $1,200. But you can just take a look at how nasty this was. All rotted. I could take it apart by hand. Just crazy. So to make life easier, I went to the saws, and there we go. So I drew the plans up, got the wood in there, and then we'll get to work. I had to dig a little bit to get some more space leveled out, and then just comes the endless cutting. Cut, cut, cut. This day was probably the worst one. I thought I was going to pass away after just because there was so much working with the 2x6s, and they're heavy and awkward, but we made it work. I got these really cool deck supports from Amazon for way cheaper than you're going to get at the hardware store, and at its lowest point it'll hold almost 5,000 pounds, and its highest point it still holds over 2,000 pounds. In total, I'm extending this deck out from that, like I said, 10 by 10 to about a 14 by 22, and I'm going to work in small sections to keep it a little bit more manageable. I also recommend taking your time on this. My wife was very supportive and only got mad at me a little bit for being busy all weekend. So thank you, Courtney. Love you. Now again, look at these cool deck supports. So you can get them on there, and then they're actually adjustable while you have them on the ground, and you can raise them up and lower them down and get them nice and level. Like I mentioned, I was working in sections, and this is just one of them. Tedious, hard work, but totally worth it because it turned out great in the end. I needed to do a few wardrobe changes too because I was so sweaty from this Alabama humidity, but there we go. We got the supports taken care of on day one, and now I can take a rest. I also got these deck spacers from Amazon to try and keep some consistency on the deck boards going across. On day two, I was able to get the back half done, but the weather kind of prevented me from going any further. Then we have the morning of day three, and we're just going to load up the deck boards. This part here actually wasn't so bad. It's just very repetitive. But using the 1x6 deck boards were much easier to work with. Everything was all pressure treated too that I used, so hopefully we can get this to last quite some time. I also got to think about staining it. You guys have any recommendations? Anyways, after a long weekend, we got it done. I think it turned out great. You can definitely see the imperfections in there, but as my brother-in-law says, that's just character. Anyways, this gave us a lot more space, and I'm looking forward to using it. Let's look at that transition again. Beautiful. Now stay tuned for part two. I'm going to put up the Cedar Springs outdoor bar I bought from Sam's Club. Live wild, friends.